Hello everyone, in this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Samina Pasha to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Samina Pasha's words. Today the situation regarding the floods, especially in various areas of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, is extremely alarming. There are reports of heavy loss of life. We will update you on that first. Along with this, we will also talk about some political situations. I will tell you why Mr. Azam Nazir Tara was speaking in such a sweet tone today and even praised PTI, and why he apologized on certain matters. We will also talk about the awards that have been given and the ongoing discussions and commentary around them. I will share some interesting things about that and also inform you about PTI's various activities. So there is quite a lot in this vlog. I request you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. First, let's talk about the flood situation. Right now, a terrifying type of flood has hit different parts of the country, especially Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Although different areas have been hit from time to time, at present Azad Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan and the Malakand division are the most badly affected. Overall, the situation is that some of the heavy damage has been caused by cloudbursts resulting from storms and rain, which have increased the death toll significantly. Dozens of bodies have been recovered from the Bajaur area, while Buna is facing the most alarming situation right now, with many people missing. Houses have collapsed into the water and been swept away. Livestock too has been swept away. There are also reports of many casualties. According to some estimates, around 50 to 70 people have lost their lives in the recent ongoing rains. It is an extremely severe stormy condition. May Allah keep everyone in His protection. The people of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, already suffering due to terrorism, military operations, inflation and other hardships, have now been hit by this natural disaster. 2. The KP government appears to be fairly active. Efforts are underway. The Rescue 1122 department is evacuating people from rural areas and rescuing them. Rescue 1122 workers are actively involved in helping people. Army personnel have also arrived in some areas for rescue operations. Chief Minister Ali Amin Gandapur has assigned 2 helicopters specifically for rescue work in areas where reaching by land is difficult. They are trying to rescue people using helicopters. In Buna, where the storm is especially severe, Barrister Ali Gohar Khan and Gar Ali Khan have sent messages urging people to stay in safe locations, assuring that help will be delivered promptly. Another important step is that tourist spots in Gilgit-Baltistan, Kashmir's Hunza Valley, Buna side and surrounding areas have been temporarily closed to tourism. An emergency has been declared there. These are breathtakingly beautiful areas of Pakistan, but right now they are in the grip of a severe storm. And floods in the mountains become even more dangerous because water rushing down from high elevations gains more force, sweeping away even strong buildings. Many videos show 2- and 3-story houses, hotels and shops being carried away by floodwaters. It's a terrifying sight. May Allah protect everyone. If you had planned to visit northern areas, it's better to stay home. Conditions are not at all suitable for tourism right now. Instead, pray for the safety of the local residents. This stormy situation feels like a trial or even a punishment descending on the region. May Allah keep everyone safe. An important development today is that Azam Nazir Tara, while speaking in the Senate session, faced strong protest from PTI members over the government awarding medals for the recent Pakistan-India conflict only to government-linked individuals, despite the fact that the whole nation was united, including PTI and Imran Khan, who called for unity and whose supporters fought hard on social media to counter disinformation. PTI members argued that excluding them was unjust. Senator Faisal Javed was particularly vocal in criticizing this. In response, Azam Nazir Tara acknowledged that everyone played a role and expressed gratitude. He said those who received awards had stayed up nights serving the nation, which is why they were honoured. Regarding the controversy about Quaid Azam's picture, he tried to clarify that there was no intent to offend anyone. If anyone was hurt, he apologised, saying, "No one can erase Quaid Azam's legacy, and the whole nation follows him." However, honestly speaking, his remarks felt artificial to me. This was not a simple misunderstanding. For the past week, since the billboards, banners and flags started appearing without Quaid Azam's picture, people had been pointing it out repeatedly. Even on the 14th August official government advertisements, his picture was missing. This wasn't a one-off mistake, it was consistent and repeated. Azam Nazir Tara's claim that they are followers of Quaid Azam also felt hollow, as in his own speeches he didn't mention Quaid Azam, didn't pay tribute to him, didn't quote his sayings, and didn't emphasize shaping Pakistan according to his vision. Instead, it seemed their focus was entirely on praising Army Chief Asim Munir. While his role during the conflict should be acknowledged, turning the ceremony into solely his praise and omitting Quaid Azam's name invited criticism and made it appear like a deliberate narrative-building effort. Also, in the 14 August resolution, the opposition was not taken on board. Though Azam Nazir Tara offered a mild apology, it seemed more like firefighting rather than genuine realization. This is not the first Independence Day in 78 years. They should know how to handle such matters by now. Do you know what the SOPs for such things are? What the decorum is? How something should be done? And now, just to cover up the embarrassment, you throw the blame on the bureaucracy, saying, oh, the ministers didn't know, the political leadership wasn't aware. It was just the lower staff who designed and approved the advertisement. They know about it, not us. I think that's not how it works. This is not how a matter just ends. It doesn't just go away like that. Anyway, they still tried to cover it up. But the awards issue hasn't died down yet. There's still a lot of talk about it. Many people who didn't receive awards this time seemed unhappy with the government, so they've apparently been reassured in advance that in the next ceremony on March 23rd they too will be given awards. Don't be disheartened, they've been told. Within certain circles, a list of around 12 names has already been prepared for the March 23rd awards ceremony. Likewise, in other fields, various names have already been marked for awards. For example, Shahid Afridi will also receive one. Among anchors, there are names like Bushra Salim, Mona Alam, Sama Abbas, Adil Abbasi, and Kamran Hamid Raja. These people have been told in advance that they too will be awarded on March 23rd. Now, here's my important question, and I include myself in this. What's the need to give awards to those of us who are simply doing our programs, our jobs? We already get paid for our work. An award is meant for when you've done something extraordinary, something exceptional within your field that stands out above the routine work everyone else is doing. That's when you say, this woman or this man did something remarkable, hence they deserve this award. It's not supposed to be that anyone who appears on screen should get an award. Are all of them really doing extraordinary work? That makes the whole thing questionable. Why is everyone being honoured? Secondly, in this government's case, awards have been given to such people where there's no logic at all, no rationale. This has reduced the value of the awards themselves. It's become an unwritten rule now that anyone can get an award, and the only apparent criterion is whether you've pleased the government. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be any visible standard. This is why there's so much objection. This time, for example, Hamid Mir's name was on the list, and he went and accepted the award. Ansar Abbasi's name was there, Talat Hussein's name was there, Nasim Zehra's name was there, but these three did not accept the awards, saying they weren't interested. Ansar Abbasi publicly stated he's not interested in awards. Talat Hussein said it has always been his policy not to accept awards from any government. Hamid Mir, however, did accept the award. It was given in recognition of his services. And indeed, Hamid Mir is one of the biggest names in Pakistani journalism, no doubt about it. He carries with him a wealth of inside knowledge about governments, deep historical insight, and unparalleled access both domestically and internationally. Very few others are at his level. So in my view, nominating him was not a controversial decision in itself. The question is, why did he accept it? That's where the criticism lies, because Hamid Mir is currently a critic of this very government. He believes there was major rigging in the elections. He has been a staunch advocate for press freedom, speaking against the Pekka Ordinance introduced under this government, which he says is strangling journalism. He has spoken at forums, raised his voice for unemployed journalists, and for journalists who are martyred, tortured, or forced into exile. So if you are so convinced that press freedom is in a dire state under this government, and that journalists are being economically ruined, physically harmed, arrested, tortured, or forced to leave the country, then going to these same people and accepting an award from them, doesn't that weaken your stance? If you strongly believe what you say, you could have protested by refusing to accept an award from their hands, saying, my fellow journalists are suffering, and I cannot accept this while the Pekka law stands. That would have been a way to register your protest. Still, it was his choice. He deemed it appropriate to receive the award, and he did. But criticism is coming his way over this. Hamid Mir is one of those journalists criticised by both PTI and PMLN supporters, which for a journalist is not necessarily a bad thing. Those who consider themselves neutral often take pride in the fact that different parties are unhappy with them, as it shows they're not biased toward any one side. However, when you speak of principles, people will ask, how can you take an award from the same hands that signed the bill you oppose? That's why Hamid Mir is currently a target of criticism. Moving on from the awards, let's talk about PTI's activities and other political developments. In Manchester, UK, PTI organised a massive protest, or call it a celebration depending on your view, on August 14th. A large Pakistani community gathered there. Some came to celebrate Independence Day. Others, many of them PTI supporters, came carrying PTI flags and demanding Imran Khan's release. They held his pictures and chanted slogans. It was a charged crowd of thousands. Among them was everyone's favourite journalist, Imran Riaz, who distributed flags among people. His presence drew even more enthusiasm, with people taking pictures with him and showing him respect and affection. It felt like a little Pakistani city abroad, with so many Pakistanis together. PTI supporters there also raised their voices for Imran Khan's release and spoke about the current situation in Pakistan. Meanwhile, in Pakistan itself, on August 14th, many PTI workers were arrested and named in cases. Today, 12 of those arrested have been granted bail by Islamabad's anti-terrorism court. The allegation was that they were planning a protest on August 14th leading to their arrest. Now they have been released on bail. This pattern repeats. Whenever PTI calls for a protest, some workers are arrested, some are released quickly, others are kept for longer. But on August 14th, they carried out their plans, and the intended message was delivered clearly. That wraps up our translation of Samina Pasha's video. I hope this English version helped you understand her message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.